All right, what's going on? Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, X or Twitter, LinkedIn, wherever you are watching this. It's Bert Ferguson with the Rush Home team of Compass, here coming to you guys with another video. Now, I just had a settlement yesterday and we went through the entire process from start to finish. And it got me thinking, what are some things that buyers wish they knew before closing that'll really make the process a lot smoother and take away any stress that you may have? So in this video, we're going to talk about the top 5 things that buyers wish they knew before closing that'll make everything a lot smoother for you. And before I start, make sure you like and subscribe to my channel, and let's get right into it. So number 1, final walkthrough. This is not just a formality. You want to make sure at your final walkthrough, you know that this is your final chance to go over any changes or any repairs or any discrepancies that you may have. I've had some buyers think that they can just leave the final walkthrough out and they'll schedule their move-in around it. And I always tell them, we must do the final walkthrough. We want to make sure that that home has all repairs done and that it is in the same condition as when you first saw it. We don't want you to move into your home after settlement and see a big hole in the wall, or that there's been something removed that should stay. And we'll talk about that a little bit later. But the final walkthrough is very, very important. If you guys want any more information on what exactly to look through or look for in your final walkthrough, I will make a separate video on that. Just leave a comment below if you would like me to. And so final walkthrough, very, very important. All right, so number 2, closing costs. Everyone asks me about closing costs or down payment, and they get those two numbers confused, but we're not going to talk about that in detail. But what we do want to know is you want to know what your closing costs are. And these aren't just a little bit of money. This is almost thousands of dollars that you need to make sure you have accounted for. The first thing that I'll say about closing costs are they are paid at settlement, and you want to have them in a certified check, not a personal check. I've had clients come to settlement, not know how those funds need to be distributed, and they bring a personal check. This is not acceptable. So make sure you get a certified check from your bank. And these closing costs are going to cover your transfer tax, any escrow or title fees, taxes or prepaid items, things that are going to be calculated by the title company prior to closing. So, and also your mortgage company. So any down payment fees or any other fees that come for mortgage origination, if you're VA or any other loan style, that'll all be inside of your closing costs. I always tell people budget anywhere between 2 to 5% of the home's purchase price and have those funds ready. Now, every situation is a little bit different. Sometimes I may be able to negotiate a little bit more from the seller so you don't have to bring as much, but you must know what your closing cost fees are. And I'll do a separate video on closing costs versus down payment because there's a little bit of differences there. So that's number 2, closing costs. All right, so number 3, don't touch your credit. This is a really interesting one because as you're going to buy your home, you may have things that come up, or you may think, hey, I'll just finance some furniture or other things as I'm getting towards my home purchase. Don't do it. While you're under contract with your home, your lenders and underwriters are going to be looking at various things in your finances, and your credit score and credit report are one of those things. They're going to verify various things about your income. They're going to verify inflows, outflows from bank accounts. We don't want to see your credit score change. We don't want to see you adding any more revolving debt, nothing. So if you need to get that furniture or if you need to make that car repair, I would suggest maybe asking for a gift, trying to budget it out in your current income, but we don't want to change credit. This could really, really affect our closing time and can affect you getting your home. So watch your credit when you go from being under contract to getting to close. It's very, very important. All right, so that's number 3. Watch your credit. Don't take out any credit cards or buy anything on credit. All right, guys. Okay, guys, number 4. This one is really important. I'm going to say it very slowly. Read what you're signing. As you guys continue to go along and get your home, we're going to get to various points where you're going to sign lots of different things. Make sure you read what you're signing. For example, when we find the home that you like, you're going to sign various disclosure documents. These are the seller letting us know what's going on with the home up to their knowledge. One of those is the seller disclosure. Make sure you and your agent read that over so you know what items are working in the home and what isn't, your utility information. You're also going to want to know things about the home's any updates any HOA information, really key things that may be a deal breaker for you. You'll also see what's coming, what's working with the home and what's not working. So make sure you look at that. And then even at closing, the attorneys sometimes do breeze through some of the paperwork and documents, loan amortization documents, escrow documents, a lot of other things, okay? Make sure you guys look over those so you have a great understanding, you ask those questions and just know what you are signing. And if you have questions, stop. Ask your realtor, ask your lender, the attorney, insurance, anything you have a question with, make sure you reach out, okay? Or make sure you stop the process and just know what you are signing, what you're getting into. We are the professionals, so we should be able to answer those questions for you or reach out to trusted people who can get us closer to answers before deposits go out or before you sign on that dotted line. Very important. All right, guys, so number 5, making sure utilities and insurance are in your name before settlement. There's nothing worse than getting a settlement, walkthrough went well, utilities are on, you sign on that dotted line, you get back to the house, nothing's working. Electric's off, water's off, you don't have anything ready to go ahead and start the process of moving into your home. So what we always do here is we make sure you get a full utility and trash list so you know what utilities you need to turn on into your name, when you need to do it, when trash day is, and all of those little things that can be lost in the fray as you're purchasing your home. And then also insurance, very, very important. If you're in states like California or Florida, you know how important insurance is right now, right? With some of these insurance carriers or pulling policies or increasing premiums, knowing what your insurance situation is prior to settlement is super important. What if you have to get flood insurance? Did you know that before? What if, who's your insurance policy and what does it cover? In the event that your home goes up in a fire or that there's wind damage to your home, your insurance policy should be able to cover those things for you, and you want to have those complete before settlement. All right. So those are my top 5 things that I've heard from buyers and what they wish they knew before they got to settlement. Okay. So if you guys have any other questions on these, any deeper questions, you want more understandings, you want any documents that you can see prior to, feel free to reach out. And that's it for now. So let's see you guys next time. It's Bert with the Rush Home team of Compass. And those are the 5 things you should know before closing. Bye.